Where'd Marchand go? I don't know. Might have got in his car. No, his man's still there.
I'd like to call to order the Zoning Commission meeting of May 12, 2010. Let the record show that all members are present.
Almost.
Close by.
In the building.
Item number 3, public comment period. Anyone in the audience wishing to comment on any item not on the agenda, please come forward. You'll have 3 minutes. No one wishing to comment. Public comment period is closed. Item number 4, acceptance of minutes from April 14th, 2010. Motion approved by Commissioner Nance. Seconded by Commissioner Dalton. Any opposition? Motion carries. Item number 5A, zoning review ID 2079.10, lot 1DA of the Janet Michael properties and lots 1B and 1C for Ascension Parish. And who's here to present it? Oh,
I'll present
Mr.
it.
Brock.
Yes. This is from last month. We had the applicants on the corner of Cannon Road and 431 make a request, those corners, and there was missing of some lots. And at that time, the Zoning Commission also requested that some other lots be included in that request. And I know we made a motion to do that, but we didn't actually have the public hearing, and the adjacent property owners were not notified. So this is notifying the adjacent property owners that were also being requested that the commission asked for, and the public hearing.
All right, thank you. Any questions, comments by commissioners?
What about lot 1A?
Yeah, that wasn't in the original request.
Okay.
And also, if you look at the line, it wasn't commercial zoning before. It actually split. You can see on the
Yeah,
front
not
line.
much of it was.
Correct. Yes, sir. Right.
Okay, any other questions, comments by commissioners? And then at this time, I'll open up floor for public hearing. Anyone wishing to comment, please come forward. No one wishing to comment. Public hearing is closed. What is any other comments?
I'd like to make a motion to recommend approval to the parish council.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion to recommend to council approval by Commissioner Dumas, seconded by Commissioner Nance. Any opposition? Motion carries. Zoning review of ID 208010, tract A1A2B for Brian Dubuck.
How are y'all? I'm here just a petition to have my,
Could you state your name, please?
I'm sorry, Brian Dubuque.
Thank you.
I'm here to petition to have my property, A1, A2B, rezoned back to MU heavy commercial.
Any questions, comments by commissioners?
The only comment I have is this is, he's wanting to go back to what it was before. I think we inadvertently rezoned that one when we did the mass rezoning. This was commercial before, and it's still within that 660 feet of airline highway. I don't see any problem with doing it. And I also, that the next lot over, even though it's not on the agenda, is in the same boat. And since we cleaned up that Crossroads commercial last time, I'd like to clean this one up too and include the A1, A2C in that. They both were rezoned.
I'd like to hear more about staff's recommendation. They're saying that they don't agree with the applicant's request.
The recommendation is based on the fact that the property does not have frontage on Airline Highway. We've had several discussions, and I understand his petition. And that's why we basically said, let's keep it at mixed use, let's have this discussion, and let the commission decide. Our argument was, while he is within the 660 feet of Airline Highway, he does not have frontage on Airline Highway. Therefore, our recommendation was for mixed use too. The argument is, well, there's other properties that don't meet that criteria that were missed. And we're going to bring it up at the zoning subcommittee meeting this month, where some of those that were brought up to us that we need to address. But that's our argument. This is a piece of property that does not have frontage on Airline Highway. It's on Tommy Moore Road. Does heavy commercial need to be on Tommy Moore Road?
There's already commercial, there's a body shop across the street from that.
But that's not, a body shop might fit in MU2.
No.
No,
No,
no
no, it
vehicle.
doesn't.
Okay.
No
Is the
outdoor.
applicant aware of MU versus MU2, and is what you're looking for outside of the bounds of what MU2 would allow you to do?
Yes, sir. I'm very well aware. I had petitioned the parish in 2004 to have it subdivided and keep it as commercial. It was approved. If you'd like to see that, I do have that. It is actually zoned MU for 1,392 feet down Tommy Moore on the south side, where on the north side, it's only 135 feet. It says on here 250 feet, which is wrong. It's only 135 feet. There are multiple lots on the south side that do not have access to Airline Highway. I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots. Two of the lots were actually in the RM zoning in 2008 when they were subdivided, and after the rezoning, they're now MU. So,
Are you talking about like lots 4A in Wood Run subdivision that far? Or?
no, sir. Here, let me pull a map up for you.
No, I believe, Steve, he's talking about across from.
I'm talking on the south side. Yes, sir.
The south side.
Okay, of Tommy Moore.
That's correct. If you want, I've got both an aerial and a survey. Which
I
would
think
you
we have
prefer?
all that. I think I see what you're talking about now.
There is let me pull the survey up and give you the exact lot numbers. There is lot 1B, which is 400 feet off of 440 feet off of Airline Highway. That is MU. Lot 1C would be 540 feet. Lot 1D is 640 feet. Lot 1E, which has access to a side road, which would make 700 feet. 1F1 is primarily in the RM zone, is zoned MU. And 2B, also more than 90% in the RM zone is zoned MU.
Do you have a map that shows all those lots that you're talking about?
Yeah, they're right in the, look on that last page, they're
Yeah.
not numbered, but they're
Yeah,
right.
I know. I can see the
But
thing.
this is the lots he's talking about.
I mean, show us the map you got. Can you put it up on the screen?
This is survey dated 2008.
Just turn the little screen thing on.
It comes on by itself. Oh, okay.
So this is Tommy Moore here, Airline Highway here.
Okay.
My lot is right here where the sticky note is from Airline Highway. All these lots on the south side going down Tommy Moore are zoned MU.
Okay.
None of which have direct access to Airline Highway.
I think some of the drawings we have are showing 6 lots there instead of 4, where 1B, C,
D and E are?
Where, which ones are?
The aerial photograph that we have that's based on the GIS, were you showing lots 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E? Essentially, you would have a 1F and 1G going into what's shown as 1F there. It's just the aerial. It's the map we
Yeah.
have is slightly different than yours. That's all.
Yeah.
I believe that the parent tract existed as a large tract when the zoning map revisions were done. They've been doing this simple division process, creating these smaller lots fronting on Tommy Moore.
You're
with
talking
the-
about on the south side.
Yes, sir. And that drive that goes between them, they've been modifying how they're going to subdivide that property out. So there's actually another version of the end pieces that we've seen within the last couple of months as well. That's not reflective in the GIS yet either.
This is the map that's recorded. This map, if you look at it, is dated December of 2008. The official map that, so Richard? Mr. Ricky is talking about, was done in 2009. So this was done before, just like my lot was subdivided before. My lot, if I can show you the original size of my lot, was originally also one tract of land. This was my lot originally. If I can get it up here. This was my lot originally when I went to have it subdivided to the parish. As you can see, it's one big tract of land. When I petitioned the parish to have it subdivided, I bought Lot A and Lot B. The Valley O'Leahy, who was the original owner of all the property, still owns C right here. If you look right here in the corner, you can see where it's approved for heavy commercial and signed and approved by the parish in 2004.
I'd rather just see look at it, rather than look at this whole area.
I do have one more comment to make. We just approved some lots going down Cannon Road, and that is not a major road. Now, I don't see what the difference between Cannon Road and Tommy Moore Road are. I think staff is wrong on this. Y'all approved one going down Cannon Road, and Tommy Moore is actually closer to a major thoroughfare than that.
The staff recommendation on that was to allow you guys to decide if you wanted to approve that. That was not our recommendation.
That's splitting hairs.
Well, Ricky, I mean, the reality of it is that it wasn't that you're allowed, it's that you made no recommendation on the Cannon Road one. And he's right. There are a lot of similarities here. I mean, I understand. I mean, based on the GIS maps that we had at the time, when this was reviewed, this was looked on as I mean, those lots weren't there on the original GIS map when this was being looked at. I mean, it's materially different today.
This is just for Lot B, for the center lot, right?
Yes, request. Yeah.
If I may, I am requesting that. The owner of Lot C, the Valley O'Leahy, it is a foreign name, I can't pronounce it correctly, but they did not get a certified letter about this. I actually had to find them myself, and they were just informed about this today. They were trying to make this meeting. I don't know if the wife is going to make it today or not, but she does have a vested interest in this, and she would also, I know, like her land, put back as heavy commercial.
Let me ask you a question. Are you is this a rush for you where you have to do it tonight and move on to the parish council?
In my eyes, yes. I personally believe that it was wrong for the parish to essentially take the value of my property and drop it by 3/4. I mean, you know, it went from a $200,000 lot when I bought it in 2004 to being zoned rural, which is a $50,000 lot, 135 feet off of Airline Highway. They have, if I can pull up the map, they have whole subdivisions zoned MU right off of 621 on Lee Street. The entire subdivision there is zoned commercial, if you'd like to see that. I I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to how this was done. And I think they're messing with people's livelihoods. I mean, this is a lot of money for somebody. I also believe that this is going to fall for a lot of people under the Fifth Amendment on their eminent domain. I mean, it's a taking clause. You've taken value from me. You haven't taken my property, but you've taken what it's worth, and you've made it useless to me. I bought that as a commercial investment to build and to develop, and now all I can do is put a house on it. But if
Okay.
you'd like,
Thank you. Let me go ahead and open up for public hearing. We'll come back. Open up for public hearing. Anyone wishing to comment on this property, please come forward. Can you sign in, please? Okay.
This is also my property as well. My name is Allison Dubuque. And I would just like to say and state the fact that I believe it was incorrect for the parish to make this ruling without contacting any member or owner of the land to be able to do this. I would also say that it was a little frustrating to me that when we were trying to get this rezoned, the parish felt the need to put a sign up on our property to inform people. They also sent us a certified letter about the hearing, and they also sent multiple neighbors surrounding the land about the hearing tonight to inform them about it. And if it was so important for them to inform everybody about it, why were we not informed whenever this occurred? We had no certified letter. We had no information from the parish. As far as we were on the understanding, this was a commercial piece of property that we purchased. We had the surveys. We had it in the clerk of court's office, filed correctly. We have been paying commercial tax on this property since we have owned it. And then the parish decides to go and rezone it. The parish did not notify the assessor's office that it was no longer zoned as a commercial property. However, I have still continued to pay commercial property taxes on this property. And I think that this was a grave mistake on the side of Ascension Parish or whoever the committee is that made the decision to rezone this. And I think that things like this should not take place and should not occur without landowners knowing that these were going to take place. We have gone through all of the minutes of every meeting that you have had with the rezoning last year that was provided to us by Ascension Parish. Not a single minute refers to this land at all, which tells me that there was no meeting that you guys had to come together to rezone this land, and somehow this land got rezoned. And that's just not acceptable in my eyes. I'm a business owner. I pay my taxes to Ascension Parish. I've supported the parish for about 15 years being in business here in Ascension Parish, paying sales tax, paying property tax, and supporting other business owners. And this is just not how you do business.
All right. Thank you. Sign it. If you would sign in, please. And then you. We're in public hearing right now. I know you just walked in. Good timing. Yeah.
Yes, my name is Naomi Valiolahi. We own the property. They actually bought their piece from us. We weren't notified at all. I just learned about this 45 minutes ago, and I also would like to object because we've paid commercial taxes for this property the whole time, and I don't understand how you can just rezone something without notifying the owners of the properties. And I don't know any of the specifics. What she said sounded very good. I'm just here to say that I don't understand why it's being rezoned, since it is commercial and it's all commercial around it. Just behind it is subdivision, which was when we purchased the property, it was already there and it was already commercial. There's no reason why it should have been made different. And I'd just like to, I'm here in support of myself as well as them.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Any other participations in public hearing? Public hearing is closed. Any further questions, comments by commissioners?
Oh, I have a comment. I would like to give staff the opportunity to speak and explain the process of how this was rezoned, because there was notice given. There was notice on TV, in the paper. Everywhere you look, there was notice given. And I don't think they should be charged without them having the opportunity to speak and explain.
When we came into the zoning map revision, it was under the understanding that this was a parish-wide map revision, and the requirements for notification are different when you're doing a whole-scale map revision. We had 13 public meetings. We met in front of this commission on 2 different occasions. We met in front of strategic planning on 2 different occasions, and we went to the council on 4 different occasions. So by our counts, we had 21 public meetings on this rezoning process, multiple articles and notifications in the paper as well. And I do recognize that there were a lot of changes made to the map, and some of those changes are being corrected on a monthly basis. This is one that I would argue, yes, it should be changed. The argument is, what should it be changed back to? Is it heavy commercial or is it MU2? And as far as I'm concerned, it's a mixed-use 2 site. It's on a substandard roadway. My argument about those properties that were across the road, I believe that those tracts of land were zoned mixed use. They were subdivided, and yes, Commissioner Dumas is right. The maps we were working on didn't show those as individual lots. And so now, based on the fact that you're looking across the street at mixed use, does that make it any better? I'm not going to sit here and say that you should have whatever uses are allowed in mixed use running all the way down Tommy Moore Road. I'm not going to say that. It's our argument that the uses or the zoning category of mixed use 2, the reason it was created was to create a transition between heavy commercial and residential, which is exactly where these parcels are situated.
And I think to your end, given the change in configuration across the street that's taken since this map were changed, I don't have an issue with it being MU2, but I think I would like, and the reason why I asked you if it had to be done this month is because I would like to take the opportunity to go back and look at this and see about the possibility that of bringing both lots through as an MU2 rather than just one lot. Today we've got one lot, and that's the only thing that's advertised. That's the only thing that's before us. The other lot is not before us. Can't add it. Where we could get with staff and see about the possibility of bringing it back, or something like that.
Julio, we did this
We did this
last month
meeting.
on Cannon Road. Now,
Yeah, but we
You've got
brought
the
it
owner
back
of
to
the
do
property
that.
here, too.
Well, what we brought back was the remainder of the lots.
Right, but
So
we brought it back
I
to
don't
do
think,
it.
I don't think a motion to recommend approval, but I have to agree with the applicant. I think we ought to revert it back to MU. And I'll offer that as a motion to recommend that to the parish council and direct staff to contact the owner of the adjacent lot to see if they wanted to, would like to have their property reverted back to the previous zoning and bring that to us next month.
They are here today.
And I would like that. And I would also like to say, I'm not from Ascension Parish. I don't get the Ascension Parish newspaper. We own several properties here. We pay a lot of property taxes every year. And I'm
But-
sorry, I don't get this through the newspaper.
Yes, ma'am, but this, it needs to be publicly advertised. The public needs to be noticed that we're going to be holding a public hearing we're dealing with a zoning issue, so it needs to be advertised.
Okay, have a motion to approve to mixed-use zoning by Commissioner Marchand, seconded by Commissioner Nance.
I'm opposed.
Any opposition? Commissioner Slyman opposes.
I think it's too dense.
Any? I'm sorry, what?
I'm going to oppose. I think it's too dense.
Okay. Commissioner Dumas opposes.
I oppose.
Mr. Barrow. Any other opposition? Motion carries. Recommendation to the council. Okay. Zoning subcommittee, anything?
We did not meet,
Mr.
but I'm going to have to usurp the prior announcement of a meeting at the end of this month because it's Memorial Day weekend and none of you are going to be around. I will, but I won't. None of y'all will. So, but there won't be a meeting this month because of the holidays.
Okay, yeah.
Sherry, are you still gonna go on with the
No,
subdivision?
no, I told him to cancel ours too.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll notify us.
I'm sorry, oh, wait a minute, staff.
I would wish that we have something, if not, I don't want to wait till the following end of next month. We have a few things that we would like to discuss with
With-
about the zoning.
With subdivision,
Yes, sir.
both of them?
Then let's, we don't have to announce a date right now, do we?
Okay,
We can-
no,
okay,
ma'am.
We'll get together and get a date.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
Thank
Maybe
you.
not on that Friday. Okay. Okay. Item number 7.
Motion.
Motion to adjourn.